What's going on, guys? WhiteFox1225 here. Today we're going to be talking about how you interact with the world in Elder Scrolls Online and how you can change the world around you. So if you guys have played other Elder Scrolls games, you know that interacting with the world is definitely a big part of the game. I mean, if you look at what you can do in Elder Scrolls games, you can kill almost every NPC unless they're like essential to a storyline. You can pick up any object, you can go anywhere, you make decisions that change the way the world looks. You change the lore in games. You know, it's really something that people really like, and it's something that is going to be transferred into Elder Scrolls Online, but not as much, and I'm going to just talk about that a little bit in this video. So, the first thing that's kind of sucks is that you can't interact with objects in the Elder Scrolls Online. So if you guys played Skyrim, you know you could hold E, or at least on the PC, and you can move around objects and, you know, put them in different areas. And I believe you could do that in the past Elder Scrolls games, but it really sucks that you can't do that in Elder Scrolls Online. I get why they couldn't do it, just because it's an MMO and you'd be interacting with everyone's stuff, and you would have people who would just knock stuff down. But something I do wish that they would have added in the game. Now on to choices and how they affect the world around you. There will be storylines that have choices in them. They usually have to do with like a tough decision, you know, like morally, just like a lot of role-playing games. And I've heard from people who have been in the beta that there are lots of choices, more than other games, which is really awesome, you know, because it's definitely something I like about role-playing games, and obviously the Elder Scrolls Online is a MMORPG, so definitely an aspect that I'm looking forward to. So now onto dungeons. So we know that there's going to be 32 dungeons in the game at launch, and every dungeon you can go into twice, and there are going to be 2 storylines. So what you do the first time in the dungeon will affect what happens the second time in the dungeon. Now I don't know whether it's going to be a choice at the end of the dungeon, or whether you play through the first quest line and then that sort of continues into the second one. But I really hope it is that there's a storyline, and then there's like a tough decision at the end of the dungeon. You have to make it, and then after a while you can come back and see how your actions sort of affected the dungeon, because that would be something really cool, and really you get to see how you're shaping the world, which is really nice. So you can't kill any NPC, which is something that we've done in lots of Elder Scrolls games. Something that sort of it really shows how much freedom you have in other Elder Scrolls games. But you can't kill any NPC, but there are NPCs you can kill. So I think what they mean by this is that it's going to be kind of like Skyrim, where some NPCs are marked essential and then some aren't, except I think more NPCs are going to be marked essential than in any other Elder Scrolls game. So there are going to be a small percent of NPCs we can kill, but it's definitely not going to be like you can just walk into town and kill everyone like Elder Scrolls games, which is, again, it's sort of a letdown, but I mean, you get why they had to do that. It is an MMO, and there's obviously different restrictions on what you can do. So now I want to go into how you can actually change the lore in the game and how that's going to work. So if you guys watch the Shoddycast at all, you know this, and if you don't watch the Shoddycast, you should definitely check it out, because it's a great Elder Scrolls Online podcast. But anyway, they had an interview with Nick Conkle, who's the lead gameplay designer at Cinemax Online. And they were talking about the Chalamo, I guess they call it. I don't know why they call it that, but where they were part of it, where like 12 players of a certain faction held off like 40 enemy players. And I guess it was like a really cool battle. And they talked to Nick Conkle on the show, and they said they were going to write a poem for it that was going to be in the game, that bards will sing and stuff. And this is something really cool, because it really shows how our interactions in Tamriel, you know, the world, with other players, will really be put into games, maybe even in the future and in Elder Scrolls Online. So it would be really cool to, you know, be in this huge battle and then like be walking into a tavern and hear, you know, a bard sing about it. And it's something I really hope they do through the game, because, you know, anyone who plays the Elder Scrolls games is pretty much in love with the lore, and it's so awesome if you could be a part and interact with the lore. I mean, yeah, we've sort of seen the lore like in other Elder Scrolls games, and we've sort of lived through it, but I don't think we've ever been able to really change it, you know, and that's something I really hope we're able to do in Elder Scrolls Online, and one of the reasons I'm really looking forward to it. So if you guys like this video, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. I got a lot of cool videos coming out, a lot of them on Elder Scrolls Online, some of them on The Wolf Among Us. I got a video coming out that's going to be a review of that game. And so yeah guys, that's it, and I'll see you in the next one.